Imagine a world where the mere push of a button could bring about unprecedented destruction. Such a world was birthed in the crucible of the Second World War, a conflict that saw the boundaries of scientific advancement pushed to their terrifying limits. It was during these desperate times that the Manhattan Project was conceived. Shrouded in secrecy, this audacious initiative assembled some of the brightest minds of the era. Their mission? To harness the power of the atom and shape it into a weapon of unprecedented might. The likes of Robert Oppenheimer and Enrico Fermi labored tirelessly, their efforts fueled by a race against time and the looming threat of Axis powers achieving this deadly breakthrough first. The science behind it all was as complex as it was groundbreaking. It revolved around the principle of nuclear fission, a process that involves splitting the nucleus of an atom. When an atom is split, a tremendous amount of energy is released. The challenge was to control this energy and channel it into a weapon that could be deployed on the battlefield. Meanwhile, the world outside the secrecy-swathed labs of the Manhattan Project remained oblivious to the cataclysmic power being unleashed. As soldiers fought and civilians persevered, the atomic age was quietly dawning behind closed doors. In July 1945, the world's first atomic bomb, codenamed Trinity, was successfully detonated in the deserts of New Mexico. The mushroom cloud billowing into the sky marked a chilling milestone in human history. The destructive force of the atom had been harnessed, and with it came a new era of warfare, fraught with possibilities and perils. With the successful testing of these bombs, the world had entered into an era of nuclear possibilities and perils. Little did the world know, the dawn of the atomic age was upon us, and life as we knew it was on the brink of irrevocable change. The power to end a war or cause unimaginable human suffering lay in the hands of President Harry S. Truman. A weighty decision rested on his shoulders, one that would indelibly mark the pages of history. Truman, thrust into the presidency after the death of Franklin D. Roosevelt, found himself grappling with the most consequential decision of the Second World War, whether to use the atomic bomb against Japan. In the corridors of power, debates raged among Truman's advisors. Some urged him to deploy the bomb, arguing that it could hasten the end of the war and save countless lives. They believed that a swift, decisive blow could force Japan into surrender, eliminating the need for a bloody, protracted ground invasion. On the other side of the debate were those who questioned the morality of using such a weapon. They asked whether the United States, a nation built on principles of liberty and justice, could justify the mass destruction of civilian populations. Could the ends truly justify the means, they wondered, when the means involved a weapon of such catastrophic power? Beyond the ethical implications, there were also practical considerations. The world was watching, and the use of the atomic bomb would send a potent message about the United States' military might and technological prowess. But it would also raise new questions about the future of warfare and the international arms race. Truman wrestled with these dilemmas. He knew that whatever choice he made would be scrutinized, analyzed, and debated for generations to come. But time was of the essence, and a decision had to be made. And so, in the summer of 1945, Truman made his fateful decision. He authorized the use of the atomic bomb against the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It was a decision that would forever change the world, ushering in the nuclear age and leaving a lasting legacy of devastation and regret. Ultimately, the decision was made, and the course of history was forever altered. The dawn of the atomic age had begun, and its consequences would reverberate through the decades to come. On August 6th and 9th, 1945, the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were forever etched into the annals of human suffering. These dates marked a moment of profound devastation, as the world witnessed the full might of atomic power for the first time. In the early morning hours of August 6th, a B-29 bomber named Enola Gay soared over the skies of Hiroshima, releasing Little Boy, an atomic bomb that descended upon the city with a force equivalent to about 15,000 tons of TNT. The blast obliterated nearly 5 square miles of the city, instantly killing an estimated 70,000 people. 3 days later, Nagasaki faced a similar fate. This time, a bomb named Fat Man was the harbinger of destruction, detonating over the city with a force approximating 21,000 tons of TNT. The immediate death toll in Nagasaki is estimated at 40,000, with many more succumbing to injuries and radiation sickness in the following weeks and months. The scale of destruction was unimaginable. Buildings were flattened, fires raged, and survivors were left to navigate a landscape transformed beyond recognition. The vibrant cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, once brimming with life, were reduced to ghostly ruins. But the impact of the bombings extended far beyond the immediate physical destruction. The radiation released by the bombs led to long-term health complications for survivors, including an increased risk of cancer and other diseases. These invisible wounds served as a grim reminder of the bombings, echoing the devastation for decades to follow. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki marked a dark chapter in human history, a stark demonstration of the destructive potential of nuclear weapons. They exposed the world to a new kind of warfare, one that could obliterate cities and decimate populations in the blink of an eye. In an instant, two vibrant cities were reduced to ruins, and the lives of their inhabitants were irrevocably changed. The atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki stand as a sobering testament to the horrors of war, a reminder of the immense human cost that comes with the pursuit of power. In the wake of the bombings, those who survived, the Hibakusha, were left to navigate a new harrowing reality. Emerging from the ashes of destruction, these survivors bore witness to the unimaginable horror that had been unleashed upon their cities. Their lives were irrevocably altered, their futures forever marked by the terrible dawn of the nuclear age. They found their homes reduced to rubble, their communities obliterated. But beyond the physical devastation, they also faced an invisible enemy: radiation. Many suffered from acute symptoms like nausea, burns, and hair loss. But the effects of radiation were not confined to the immediate aftermath. They lingered, haunting the Hibakusha with the threat of cancers and other illnesses for the rest of their lives. Yet the Hibakusha's struggles were not only physical. The bombings left deep psychological scars that transcended generations. They grappled with survivors' guilt, the trauma of lost loved ones, and the fear of the unknown effects of radiation. They lived in a world that had been fundamentally changed, a world that now knew the true cost of atomic warfare. In spite of the immense challenges they faced, the Hibakusha persevered. They rebuilt their lives from the ruins, demonstrating a resilience and strength that is nothing short of inspiring. Their experiences, while marked by unimaginable pain and loss, are also stories of survival, of the indomitable spirit of humanity in the face of adversity. Their testimonies, passed down through the years, serve as a powerful testament to the horrors of nuclear warfare. They remind us of the human toll, of the lives forever altered, and of the need to prevent such a catastrophe from ever happening again. The Hibakusha's stories serve as a stark reminder of the human toll of nuclear warfare. Their voices echo through history, urging us to remember, to learn, and to strive for a world free from the threat of nuclear annihilation. In their stories, we find not only a warning, but also a beacon of hope, a call to action to ensure that their experiences are not repeated. Today, Hiroshima and Nagasaki stand not as symbols of despair, but as beacons of hope and resilience. From the ashes of devastation, these cities have risen, embodying the spirit of perseverance and the unwavering resolve of the human spirit. The echoes of the past still reverberate through the streets of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but the narrative has shifted from one of destruction to one of renewal. Today, they are vibrant metropolises, buzzing with life and brimming with culture, their painful history woven into the fabric of their identity. But these cities are more than just survivors. They are advocates. They have transformed their traumatic past into a powerful platform for change, tirelessly campaigning for nuclear disarmament and peace education. The Peace Memorial Park in Hiroshima and the Nagasaki Peace Park stand as solemn reminders of the past, but also as symbols of hope for a future free from the specter of nuclear devastation. The survivors, the Hibakusha, play a crucial role in this narrative of transformation. Their stories, passed down through generations, serve as poignant reminders of the human cost of nuclear warfare. They educate the world about the horrors they endured, transforming their personal tragedies into lessons for humanity. Their message is clear: no city, no person should ever have to endure such devastation again. In the face of adversity, Hiroshima and Nagasaki have chosen hope. They have chosen to remember, not to dwell on the past, but to shape the future. Their transformation is a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity and its ability to rise from the ashes. In remembering Hiroshima and Nagasaki, we pledge to strive for a future free from the specter of nuclear devastation. We remember not only to honor those who perished, but to ensure that their sacrifices were not in vain. We remember so that we may learn, change, and build a world where peace prevails over destruction. We remember so that we may hope.